My mother carried me for 10 years before I was born. When I was born, I was the same height and weight as my parents. At restaurants, I had to bend down so I wouldn't hit the ceiling. A giant double burger looked like candy in my hand. I could swallow several in one bite. Even a full cup of drink was just a tiny sip to me. In the bathroom, my body could barely fit inside. One push and the door would burst open. At night, even my girlfriend felt uneasy seeing me.
That's not gonna work.
Since I was a kid, my parents kept me hidden at home. They never let me eat food from outside. They said what we had at home was cleaner. But as I grew, our little house felt smaller every day. After breaking the bathroom door for the 3,000th time, my parents built me a custom house, but I still had no freedom. I could only work out in the yard to pass the time, watching the outside world through the gaps in the bushes. One day I couldn't hold back my curiosity anymore. I decided to sneak out. I walked toward the park. A man stopped right in front of me, unbuckling his pants. I froze, then turned and ran. He jumped back and called for his friends, but I was already gone. Soon, news of a giant spread across the community. It exploded online. I stayed home, waiting for things to calm down. The next day, that same group parked outside my house. They were laughing and joking. I couldn't help but laugh too. They thought it was just a normal person in the yard, until I reached out a giant hand. They stepped inside my home, and they were stunned. Everything was massive. Even my small couch was big enough for them to sleep on. When they learned I had never been outside, they took me out that night. We went to an underground racing spot. No one there was afraid of me. They welcomed me to join the race. I had never been this happy. Everyone had a great night except my parents. When I got home, they gave me a thick journal. It recorded every giant killing in America over the past 200 years. Some were turned into exhibits in New York. Some were sold to Harvard for research. Some were taken apart and displayed at World Expos. If I kept roaming outside, I could end up like them. I didn't want to live in fear. I wanted to live like a normal person. So I walked into the busiest burger joint in the neighborhood. To my surprise, no one was afraid. Someone even fell for me at first sight.